the credit growth has reached 16.1% year on year. Are you concerned about some overheating, or do you think there's a space still to go for the credit to grow? How do you see
We
that?
don't see any overheating here, because when this credit growth, first factor is that this credit is growing after more than a year of sharp contraction. There's a base effect, because it's after during crisis there was a sharp contraction in credit supply. So we are in the recovery process. Secondly, there's a shift in credit supply. Especially earlier, there's a large amount of credit was absorbed by state-owned enterprises earlier. Now the credit allocation to state-owned enterprises has been now coming down as a result of cost recovery pricing. I think they have been repaying the banking system. There's a crowding in effect. As a result, there's some more space for the private sector credit to grow. I think that's why we don't see any risk of overheating or in risk of having pressures out of the credit expansion. I think we have done some work, and we see there is an appropriate level of credit expansion. Still private sector credit, given the fact that coming out of the sharp contraction, and as well as the shifting the composition from the public sector and private sector.
What is the breakdown of the credit growth, sector-wise and the overseas and local?
What is overseas? This all private sector, local credit.
Some banks are giving loans to overseas companies also, especially India.
No, we are looking at here private sector credit to local. That's a different thing. That's foreign banks, net foreign assets, whatever they keep in abroad, they can keep partly US treasuries, so invest somewhere else, that is out of that. So when they have a net foreign assets build up, there's bank's decision where to invest that money, depending on the risk and return that they see, what is appropriate risk and return.
The sector-wise breakdown.
I think we published in our monthly data, NFA. We have seen the net foreign assets, the bank sector has been rising because their foreign currency liabilities also rising. As a result, they have to maintain certain amount of net foreign assets. That's rising, but I think we have seen some diversification of their foreign assets in different markets. That's something we have seen.